Let me just put it here like this so you can see all well. Maybe I should have done a montage, right? Would have been faster and more fun to watch. Hey everyone, there's Athakawas, and today I'm bringing you a playthrough again. Alex of Dual Brain Games, he was so nice to actually send me a package with 3 of his puzzle games, and it was really fun digging into all 3 of those. And I will be presenting all of these in different short videos. And today we will start with 13, which is this game here, 13. A mysterious puzzle card game for 1 player. Pretty interesting. It does have a few similarities with his later game, Harvesting 12, which is like the evolution of that game, so to speak. And also it does have some similarities with Food Chain Island by Buttonshy Games, but these games actually came before before Food Chain Island, if I'm not mistaken. So this game does seem to have a mysterious origin, at least that what is being said. So a version of this game was said to have been found at a UFO site in Texas back in the 1980s. And it's still unclear if there are any strange effects when you achieve like the 13 result. Some say it sharpens intuition, some say it improves focus and heightens intelligence, but who knows? So that's pretty much what is said about this game. So it does seem to have like a mysterious origin in some capacity. Whether that's true or not, I'll leave that to discover and think about yourself. So now for the setup of the game, I will not do a montage because the setup is pretty quick actually, pretty easy. So all you do is you take the cards, you deal them face up, and also the right side up if possible. And then you just deal out 3 rows, one with 5 cards, one with 3, and another one with 5. I will sort that in a minute because we have 13 cards, right? And that fits then exactly. Let me just put it here like this so you can see all well. Maybe I should have done a montage, right? Would have been faster and more fun to watch, but we are almost through. There we go. So that is pretty much the setup that we need here. Let me just up a little bit. Maybe I will have to adjust the camera slightly. Give me a second. And that is pretty much perfect now. So now you see we have like we have a few effects here that are written on the cards, and also we have arrows. What we do is we activate 1 card. So for example, I would activate this one here, and then I would look at the arrows. Or let's say I activate this one here, the 10. Then I would look at the arrows. So this card could either affect this card or it could affect this card, right? And I would choose one of those 2. So I would choose the 10 and the 8, for example, and then I would remove both. So I always remove the activated card and the card it affects, right? Same thing with the with those cards that don't have an arrow. They have an effect, like an effect text instead. And that's what I pretty much do. I do that with all 13 cards. And now you're thinking, well, but there are 13 cards. That's not possible because in the end there's one left. Yes, and that's exactly it. At the end, you win the game if you have only 1 card left at the end. If you have more than 1 card left, then you lose. So, and another thing we have to know, so there is an effect here, for example, remove last card. If this last card no effect. Last card does not mean the last card you can see in the tableau. Last card really means the card at position 13. So if I remove that before, then I'm not able to activate this card anymore, right? So that's something that I will have to pay attention to. Yeah, and that is pretty much it. So what happens in this game now is that usually you take a look at all the cards and see, okay, what can we do? So this card, for example, here, remove first card. If this is the first card, no effect. That is a little bit bad because this means we can't activate this card, right? Because this is the first card, so no effect. But we could remove it with the 2. 2 says remove odd number. 9 is an odd number, right? So we could remove these 2 together. The 10, we could remove them with any of these. Remove the last card. That's not too bad either, right? We could also do that because otherwise, well, it depends, right? We could remove the 8 by pairing it with the 1, remove the last card. Also, we could remove it by using the 1, remove even number. Remove even number is usually quite powerful, right? So maybe we should leave it here for now and see if we have like an even number left at the end. And this is going to be tough here because the 13 can activate pretty much everything, but if we activate the 11 with it, then we will have an issue with the 7 here, right? The 7 has a problem. But we could remove these or these, because the 11 I can't remove then as well. And then we can remove these two, maybe these two, and these two, and here we will also have an issue. It's possible that we will not be able to win this round because the cards are placed in quite a bad way. So let me just look at that in detail here. So the way it looks like is that I am not able to win this. There's always 2 cards left. But let's just try it, right? So let's do like the most obvious things. So first of all, so usually you are trying to not only be left with only 1 card, but you're trying to have like the card with the highest number at the end as well, right? And that is clearly not the case because we will need the 13. So let's start with like the obvious things. Let's take the 13 here and remove the, it doesn't matter, 11 or 7. Let's remove the 11 with that. And then we just take these and put them aside, right? So then the 3 and the 5. There's no card that can activate the 3 except the one with the odd number, which we just, which is there. But the 3 can activate the 5 because the 5 can't be activated by anything else anyway. So we will remove that as well. And now we will have to see. Like the 4, 10, and 8, that's a little bit bad because like the 10 can activate both, but the 4 can only activate the 10. So I would say that we take these 2 and we just remove those as well. Because if I remove the 10 for some reason, I cannot activate this card with the 4 with the arrow because the cards need to be adjacent to be removed, right? So, and now we can't do anything with arrows anymore, as you can see here, right? Now we can just remove last cards, even numbers, and things like that. So I could take this one here to remove an odd number, which could be the 7, for example. And then we could maybe remove an even number here, which would be the 12, 8, or 6. Doesn't really matter. And at the end, we would still have 3 cards left. So we were not able to do it this time. I think this really was a configuration where you could not win this time. But you see how fast this game is, right? So you know what? Since this is such a quick game, I will just reshuffle the cards. And then let's hope we get a configuration where we can actually win. So I can show you how that looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So usually it's quite bad if you have like this last card as the last card or the first card as the first card. That is usually a pretty bad thing. And we don't have it this time. So that is much better. So let's just arrange that here just like we did before. And then let's give it another try. Just so that you know how that works. So because I want to show you at least one win here, because I win this game quite often, but there are some games where you can't win. So let's look at the cards. So the 12 could remove the 5. 13, let's leave that for now. The 13 can do pretty much anything. We can remove these two. This one can remove an even number. Even number, for example, the 6. Oh, this one can actually remove the first card. But that, well, and the 13 could remove that. That is possible, and then remove odd number. I think we got it. I think I already got an idea. So I'll just do it step by step and hope that I didn't do anything wrong. So I will take the 9, right? And it says remove the first card, which is this one here. So let's remove these 2. That is not bad. Okay. Then, let me see. Then I will take this one here. Right, it says remove even number, and I will remove the 6 with that. I hope I'm still doing this right. Then remove odd number. I wanted to remove this one here, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, remove odd number. Let's remove the 7 with that. Then I will use the 3 to remove the 8. Well, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Right? And then I will use the 4 or the 10, doesn't matter, to remove the other card. And then I will use the 13 to remove the 5, which is possible because of the diagonal arrow here. Now I see we only have one card left. That would be a win now. And you see that we actually have the 11 left over. I could have done it in a different way. Then I would have had the 9 or the 8 left over, I think. Was it the 9? No, which one was it? It would have been the 5 or the 3 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Like one of these other cards I would have left over, but I did it in a different way. So the 11 is left over. So that is pretty much the third best outcome. The best outcome would be to have the 13 left over because that's the highest card, right? And the second best would have been to have the 12 left over, right? But we got the third best outcome, the 11. So that was a pretty good win, actually. And that is how you play 13. Keep a lookout for my next video, because in my next video I will show you how to play Harvesting 12, which is pretty much like the evolution of this game here, right? This just takes this idea and takes it to a slightly different level with different effects and everything. Alright, so that was my playthrough of 13. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of this little game. I will leave a link in the description regarding the game to Board Game Geek, and if and where you could purchase it. I'll still have to take a look at that, to be honest. But if you're watching, thank you very much for doing so. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy my small playthrough here. And if this is the first of my videos you're watching, why don't you head over to my channel? I have like hundreds of videos there, and there's probably going to be something you will enjoy. You can also let me know that you like this video by liking, commenting, maybe even subscribing. And also you can head over to my Discord channel to say hi and just be in touch with me and the community. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Alright, take care everyone, and cheers.